Hello, my name is Brock Stanley, and today I'm here to present Ready Writer's Intelligent Tutoring System, a first grade classroom experiment. The presentation will go over the literature review, the research questions, methodology, and lastly the data analysis. First, the literature review. According to the nation's report card on writing statistics, 27% of 8th and 12th grade students were at or above the proficient level in writing. Now, that makes you wonder, what about the other 73% of students that are not proficient at writing in the United States? Well, Ready Writer's Intelligent Tutoring System is here to support and tutor these students to enhance their basic writing skills. Intelligent tutoring systems, or ITS, are utilized to provide feedback to students without requiring human interaction. This will also help reduce the teacher workload. It'll offer stronger learning gains with minimal human interaction, and ITSs are highly focused on enhancing reading comprehension and math, according to scholarly literature. However, there's been minimal research on writing intelligent tutoring systems, particularly focused on elementary school students. Elementary school students' writing needs to be focused on 5 basic writing conventions, which is capitalization, punctuation, grammar, spelling, and paragraphing. And these 5 modules, or these 5 key writing conventions, are utilized to form the basis for Ready Writer's ITS. Now, Ready Writer's ITS is a K-2 student writing adventure that allows students to master different writing conventions which were presented on the previous slide. There's 5 different modules which correlate with those 5 writing conventions. It is self-paced and highly adaptive, and it'll be accessible on all devices. Now, how does Ready Writer's ITS work? First off, a student will start the module. Once they start the module, the intelligent tutoring system will model how to do and use the writing convention skill to the student. During this time, the student will practice the skill through trial and error. After that, the intelligent tutoring system will adapt to the student's learning needs by making more challenging or easier questions. Next, the skill will be assessed, and there will be either a pass or a fail. If the student passes the test, they move on to Module 2. If they fail the test, then they will repeat Module 1. Now, Module 1 will be adapted to their learning level to make it easier for them to understand and comprehend the information. Step 7, students will they actually gain points to be able to play games throughout the learning process. And then lastly, they'll either start a new module or they will restart that exact same old module that they had not passed. Research questions. There are 3 research questions in this study. First, research question 1. Do first grade classrooms that utilize the ITS as a partial substitute for the standard language arts writing curriculum outperform control classrooms on writing convention assessments? Research question 2. What are elementary school students' perceptions on the benefits and challenges of using ITS in the classroom? Lastly, research question 3. How does the influence of the ITS differ between first grade male and female students' academic performance? The methodology will be used to answer the research questions, and it'll show an overview of the study and how it'll be completed. Methodology. It'll begin with an overview, followed by the context of the study, the participants involved, how data will be collected, and the measures involved in collecting that data. The overview. This study is an experimental design study, which means that the students are being randomly assigned to different teachers, randomly assigned to either the control or experimental group. Also, the study will analyze how the intelligent tutoring system affects elementary students' academic performance. Additionally, it'll analyze the perceptions towards the benefits and challenges of utilizing the ITS within the classroom. Participants. The participants in the study will be 135 first grade students. They will come from the Western United States, and the school that they are at consists of 90% Hispanic students, as well as it is a Title I school, which means it receives funding from both the federal government and the state government, and 68.1% of the school is socioeconomically disadvantaged. Data collection. Students are randomly assigned to the experimental or control group as stated earlier. At the beginning of the study, all participants will take a Ready Conventions pretest. As well as in the beginning of the study, the experimental group will take a pre-survey on technology. Now, during the next 2 months, the experimental group will use Ready Writers 20 minutes a day as a partial substitute for the writing curriculum. During this same time, the control group will complete the traditional curriculum. Now, at the very end of the study, all the participants will take the Writing Conventions post-test, as well as the experimental group will take the post-survey on technology. And this is the data that will be used to answer the research questions. The measures in this test used to collect the data consist of the writing convention test and the survey. The writing convention test will consist of 20 questions. 4 questions will be related to each category. The 5 categories are capitalization, punctuation, grammar, spelling, and paragraphing. The writing convention test will be a district-created test that will be adapted and manipulated for this study by the researcher. The survey will consist of 10 questions that will use emojis for simplicity, as well as the teacher will read aloud the survey to the students. A Likert scale will be used to analyze the survey, going from 1, strongly disagree, 2, disagree, 3, neutral, 4, strongly agree, or 4, agree, 5, strongly agree. And those will all be related to emojis to show how the students are feeling. Data analysis. Research question 1. Do first grade classrooms that utilize the ITS as a partial substitute for the standard language arts writing curriculum outperform control classrooms on writing conventions assessments? This will be an independent samples t-test on students' academic performance. Pre-test versus post-test will be used to analyze this question. It'll basically compare the means between the control and experimental group. And this will show if Ready Writers ITS helps the experimental group outperform the control group. Research question 2. What are elementary students' perceptions on the benefits and challenges of using ITS in the classroom? Now, a paired samples t-test on the experimental group will be utilized to analyze this research question. So basically the pre-survey will be compared to the post-survey. It'll compare the experimental group's feelings and attitudes from the study's beginning to the end related to technology. And it'll show how students perceive Ready Writers ITS as helping and assisting them in the classroom. Lastly, research question number 3. How does the influence of the ITS differ between first grade male and female students' academic performance? A regression analysis will be used to compare the association between how males and females are academically influenced by Ready Writers ITS. Results will display the significance level, mean, and standard deviation to show the correlation. Conclusion. Students must master the basics of capitalization, punctuation, grammar, spelling, and paragraphing if they are going to be successful 21st century learners. Ready Writers ITS is here to support K-2 students' academic growth, as well as support parents in helping them enable and enhance their child's education and assisting teachers with taking a little bit of that human interaction time and allowing the ITS to help develop those students along. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope that you learned some valuable information and have a wonderful day. Thank you.